of any age. Two players who will have their birthday over the next few days as well. Luke Littler, the teenager, the back-to-back world champion, taking on one of the icons of world darts, the Singapore slinger, a man who hit a 9-darter on the world stage, and so very, very nearly did it again a couple of years ago. Paul Lim on the World Series of Darts stage for the 5th time. Luke Littler is looking for a 5th World Series of Darts title. He's won 4 of the 14 events that he has played. The world #1, averaging over 101 across the year. What a player, but what a matchup it is. As Littler takes on Lim, Ian Danter alongside me for this one. And whenever you see these two meet, can't help but raise a smile, Paul. Paul Lim, the veteran, and Luke the Nuke with the world in the palm of his hands.
Yeah, just the 53 years between them. Saw it mentioned earlier that Paul Lim was playing professionally before Luke Littler's mum was even born. That's a head-scratcher. Yeah, Luke is 19 years of age on Wednesday after this tournament is done. Another early birthday present, not just of the win here, but the enticement of that Riyadh season bullseye on offer for anybody that can hit a 9-darter. And straight away, Luke is in the red bit, but a little smirk as the second dart doesn't find the same home. 6-1 it was to Luke Littler in the Bahrain Darts Masters last week against the same opponent.
Yeah, 64th World Series of Darts global event that we've had. Only 2 9-darters in all that time. Taylor in Sydney, Littler in Bahrain. And wherever we go in the world, Luke Littler has got an army of fans. You can't help but be enthused when you're in Paul Lim's presence. He speaks so well about the game. He's glowing in his praise of the young stars that maybe are taking the game to heights he never imagined it would reach. But he is a true icon. Going to be 72 at the end of the week, and he's still throwing darts on the big stage.
Oh, he's still upsetting people. He beat Jeffrey de Graaf at the World Championship last month, becoming the oldest man to ever win at the Alexandra Palace. But he's under pressure on his own throw here, Mark. Littler not quite down to a finish yet, though.
Yeah, I don't think Paul Lim's expectations, if we're brutally honest about this contest, are too great. Did get a leg on the board in Bahrain, and he'll be hoping to do the minimum here, and a maximum would be useful. Can't quite fill it up.
25.
Great setup here from Littler.
134.
Leaves himself on his favourite double top. Lim just having a look at the scoreboard. It can go. He's actually coming downstairs now. He was looking at either 18s or 20s at first, but now he's looking at the 19s and single 3 rules out, taking it out.
Yeah, just get the treble with the last start. Littler waiting on tops after 12. Oh, Lim using his experience there. Leaves himself handy. Should Littler not take out tops? An inviting target and a 14-dart opening leg from Luke the Nuke.
He did say that he didn't want to meet Paul Lim at the World Championship when the draw was made in early December. I think it was him and Bo Greaves, the 2 players he mentioned that he would rather avoid in round 1. And now he's faced the same guy twice inside a week.
Yeah, I think there's a slight difference to a full house at Alexandra Palace that would be on Lim's side to come in here in front of a respectful crowd that will pay both players their full respect.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lim can still pop in big averages. Last year on the Asian Tour, he had a TV average of 104 in a tournament in Kuala Lumpur. So it is not beyond the 71-year-old to put those sort of numbers in that can give an opponent the heebie-jeebies.
95.
Well, will Luke Littler be providing some magic?
Well, he certainly turned the darting world upside down in the last couple of years, Luke Littler. We've got treble 5 disease at the moment.
Yeah, few have been going that way. Littler from 203, looking for a full house to leave double 16. Magnificent from Littler.
Just makes it look so easy.
Lim's going to take his time. He's going to enjoy every second up there on the big stage, and why shouldn't he? Well, this one will take on either Jan van Veen or Motomu Sakai, who are playing our final game of the night here on the opening night in Riyadh, double 16. Well, it's back-to-back 14 dart legs for Luke Littler, who's averaging well over 107 at the moment. Ominous signs for the Singapore slinger.
Yeah, it's nicely done from Littler, who can be a slow starter, whether it's leg play or set play, but not here at this point. I think you're dead right in what you say, Mark. He's just going to enjoy this whilst he's up on that stage, Paul Lim, and just soak it all up.
As he said after his win at the Palace, look, you never know when the last time is you're going to get to grace the stage, and he's going to enjoy it. Well, the opportunity's here. Again, he just drifts to the wrong side of the treble wire, but adjusts nicely.
Proper old school moulded stems and flights as well from Paul Lim. Luke with these really long darts with the extra long points, picking off 619s. He's been brilliant on that treble already in this match. Really respectful crowd inside the theatre here.
Yeah, they're enjoying it. And I think that enjoyment will grow throughout this tournament. As Littler looking to leave the big fish, can't find the treble 19. And Lim, from the same target, will be hoping to get down to a finish.
Which way to go? Well, that's the one from the 271. Disappointing for Paul Lim, just handing the initiative back to his young opponent.
58.
Well, we saw from 150 in Bahrain that there was an attempt at bull, bull, bull. Will we see the same here in Riyadh?
We've seen it done on television. Simon Whitlock has pulled off that particular stunt.
121.
Will he? Yeah, he's looking right at it. Doesn't get it, though. 325s, maybe?
110.
Well, leaves it handy. And he once again puts Paul Lim in a very uncomfortable position here. Got to get a big treble and can't find one. So Luke Littler will be coming back for a 3-0 lead. And halfway to the 6 he needs to set up a place in the quarterfinals. Mentioned he's won 4 of his 14 World Series of Darts appearances so far. He hits tops with a minimum of fuss to lead by 3-0.
So he's 19 on Wednesday. He's got 22 PDC titles to his name already, including 10 majors. The mind boggles. And he's only just getting started.
Yeah. I mentioned that the world is in the palm of his hand at the moment, and it's up to the rest of them to stop him dominating the game.
Paul Lim's won a fair few. 41 titles in his distinguished career since starting playing professionally in the 1970s. here we are talking about a potential $200,000 prize for a 9-darter. He was the first man to hit a 9-darter at the World Championship on live television at the Lakeside, brought the house down. And as you rightly said, Mark, it was only a couple of years ago he was a double 12 away from repeating the feat.
I think that would have been one of the most remarkable things ever in sport. Big one for Littler. His average just dips under a ton for the first time, but he's making quite straightforward progress thus far. These 2 breaks to the good. And Lim is struggling at the moment with too many darts that are not staying straight.
83.
Good readjustment twice from Littler.
15.
And he is down to a finish.
You mentioned those long points of Littler. Whenever he finds a treble, it just looks to be so much room around it. Given the length of that point, that the dart not necessarily blocking the bed. Once again, Lim's first dart not straight, but just reasonably enough. But he's not down to a finish, so Littler for 152.
You're absolutely right in what you say. There appears to be acres of room to fill up any bed with those darts that he has. And he does, when he's on a potential 180, he does give that third dart that little bit of extra velocity to force it in amongst the first 2. Chance for a max here. Well, he can't go for a max, he shouldn't do.
Yeah, he just checked himself, didn't he, in good time there, Paul Lim. He was an inviting target, but realised the trouble he was in. 6-6 for 4-0, and Luke Littler's not hanging around here. He's full of respect for his opponent, but he wants to put him away as quickly as he can, and he leads by 4 in a race to 6.
That's the sort of face I think we'd all make if we were playing Luke Littler. Just that slight bow of the head. Oh. Luke's hit 11 each of treble 20 and treble 19 as he heads around the board for big scores, but a trebller's visit there, a rarity.
Yeah. Can Lim register a leg on the board? There is a prospect, of course, should Littler win and Jan van Veen beat Motomu Sakai on the last game. Sets up a replay of the World Final we saw just a few weeks ago at the Alexandra Palace. And that only in the quarterfinals here in Riyadh as another good 2-treble visit. There is Team Littler following their man and their boy around the world and enjoying the ride with him as well, and why shouldn't they? Played a big part in getting where he is today.
It's just strange to see Littler Senior not wearing a bobble hat. It's a bit warm for that, in fairness.
Yeah.
134.
So Littler struggling a little in this leg. Chance for Paul Lim to get something on the board here.
Yeah. We did, as we mentioned, got a leg last week in Bahrain. We've seen 3 successive 6-1 wins, haven't we, to the PDC stars Bunting, Aspinall and Van Gerwen. After that early shock, if you just joined us, Manlok Leung knocked out Danny Noppert in the opening game of the night.
28.
Got Luke Humphries to come against Ryusei Asamoto. Gerwin Price up next against Alexis Toilo. And then the other match, Van Veen Sakai rounds off the evening here in Bahrain at the Global Theatre.
Yes.
Then just checking with Russ Bray.
I think he'll almost be disappointed with that, Paul, after that opening dart. And Littler will see this as a potential opening for him. Wants a treble of his own, doesn't get one. So Paul Lim gets a look then. He's not had a go at a double yet. Will he get one here? Can he get a treble to kick things off? Almost perfect silence. He does get the treble. There'll be a big noise if this goes in. Two 18s for a first leg for Lim. Two 9s then. This might be his only chance. But he hits the double 9, and Paul Lim, the veteran, is on the board. Might be the biggest cheer of the night. A blink of the eyes, an adjustment of the glasses. Paul Lim still got it when it comes to double in here in Riyadh.
This will feel like a throwback for Paul Lim, like his lakeside days with that quiet atmosphere whilst he addresses the board. So Littler back in the red bit. You see that last dart just get some extra oomph, but doesn't find its home that time.
No, he's not hit a max. Hit a 171, didn't he, in the second leg of the match, but he's not managed to fill the treble.
Oh, he missed the big 20 to leave himself on a finish.
Yeah, and deny himself a shot at the big fish that he took out so ruthlessly in Bahrain last week. Lim can't leave a finish. Does get down under Littler's score, so well, it doesn't hit a treble here. Lim may get another chance.
60.
Will he come down here for the bullseye? Yes, he does. That leaves him on a 2-dart out. Littler, 125. Which way? That way. That leaves 100. Is it bull? Well, it was. That was the aim. And he chucks the last one in a little bit frustrated there. So Lim gets a look for a second successive leg. He's looking at a ton.
Maybe tops for Paul Lim. He went tops, didn't come off, and then he tries to lay up maybe for double 10. Doors back open for Littler. Double 10. No.
30.
Well, that is a surprise after that first start of the double. So Lim, I think, would have been fearing the worst there. Right, tops it is. 2 darts in hand to get back within 2. Oh, that wasn't a great dart. 2 10s. Well, he's not going to get many chances, Paul Lim, and he can't afford to offer up the ones that he does get, as Littler inside the 10s looks at double 5. Safe dart, 1 left. And that's all he needs. Luke Littler. Well, he was sauntering to victory earlier on. He's somewhat ambling his way through these final legs, and well, but for a couple of Lim misses, could easily be still 2 away. As it is, he needs 1 more for the win.
So the Singapore slinger on the verge of exiting to the same scoreline that Littler beat him by at the end of last week.
Yeah, it's been a frequent score, hasn't it? Here in Riyadh, opening night of Riyadh season, the Saudi Arabia Darts Masters at the Global Theatre. Still to come, the likes of Gerwyn Price, Luke Humphries and Jan van Veen will grace the stage here for the first time.
Russ Bray, you can hear there, global ambassador for the PDC, been very, very much front and centre in promoting the Asian tour over the past year or so.
60.
Really worked hard to promote the Asian tour, has Russ, since he stepped back from refereeing at the World Championship and other major events, but he's here today calling it out as Littler edges towards a finish.
Yeah, Lim needs a big one here, or his adventures in Saudi Arabia may be coming to an end. The treble would be useful.
99.
Doesn't find one. So Littler's got 6 darts from here. Well, it's not often Luke Littler will finish a game without hitting a maximum, but that is the prospect that we've got here.
Get the statisticians combing through the records. Won't be many.
Well, giving himself a chance. Littler for the match. He's looking at 101. Can he get it done at the first time? Shot still on. Can't find the treble. So Paul Lim is coming back for a second leg in this match.
But we require 44.
Let's see what he can do. 4 for tops, 12 for double 16. He's looking at 12 and finds it. Can hear a pin drop.
12 small.
Not quite for Paul
But you
Lim.
require 52.
And that may well be that, with 12 for tops required for Luke Littler. Double top seals the deal, and the world champion sees off Paul Lim. It's Dart Jarvu as he wins by 6 legs to 1 in Saudi Arabia, as he did in Bahrain last week, safely through to the quarterfinals. Next up here at the Saudi Darts Masters, forgive me, Gerwyn Price up against Alexis Toiler.